All right, post weigh-in video for UFC 310. We're gonna break down the bets that we have on the card. Fight we have, this is the big one. Bryan Battle versus Randy Brown. I have put 4 units on Randy Brown. Bryan Battle just missed weight. He's one of 2 people that missed weight, and Anthony Smith actually came back and made weight. Randy Brown made weight dead on. Bryan Battle came in 4 pounds overweight. That could be an advantage. It could also be a disadvantage. So the way I've looked at this fight, my model, every other model I've looked at says Randy Brown should be favored to win. Here's where I think this breaks. I think we have an overreaction. I think we have a ton of public money coming in on Bryan Battle. Become a fan favorite. He's had some very exciting fights recently, some big knockouts. And I just think that due to that, we're getting a very, very good line on Randy Brown, who's coming in with a 3-fight winning streak and is undervalued. I'm surprised to see that the line hasn't dipped down, but I'm also not that surprised due to the fact that Bryan Battle, is a fan favorite. After this weight miss, we'll see where it goes. Depends on the bettor. Some like the more weight, thinks it's an advantage, and technically it should be. In a fight like this, I'm not quite so sure. Bryan Battle may or may not have an advantage. Could come down to cardio, and that usually goes to the guy who made weight. So it depends on the weight cut, but we'll see where that goes. Next fight, Themba Gorimba versus Vincent Luque. Vincent Luque had value when I bet him at plus 150. He currently sits at a plus 130. I do think there's still value-ish on him at plus 130, but it's mostly gone. I think he should actually, probably be favored. Gorimba is a good fighter, but he's relatively new. This is, to me, a similar situation to the Bryan Battle Randy Brown situation, where Randy Brown is the more experienced fighter. He's still in the prime of his career, and it seems like it's getting disrespected. The same thing could be said for Vincent Luque. He has had some performances which haven't been that great, but it's been against the best of the best in the division. He at one point was a contender at welter. So again, Themba Gorimba, some great performances recently against lower level competition. There's going to be a step up, and we'll see what that means, but give me the plus money. I'm taking Vincent Luque. With him, I have 2 units on it. Randy Brown, I have 4. So these are 2 of my bigger bets of the night. Next one is Anthony Smith, who did originally come in overweight. He did make weight later on. He's at 205.5 versus Dominic Reyes. I made a prediction video about this. Dominic Reyes, I haven't predicted to win, but it's about 60% of the time. And the line is currently plus 295 on Anthony Smith. So we're going with Anthony Smith. The bet is Anthony Smith. We're going 0.7 unit. That is to win 2 units on Anthony. Next fight, Alexander Volkov versus Cyril Gane. My other value play, another 0.7 units to win 2 units. Alexander Volkov at plus 295 against Cyril Gane. He fought him earlier. About 2 years ago. It was in the UFC Apex. That's one thing people aren't factoring in. These are 2 very big fighters, and Alexander Volkov likes to manage distance. He's extremely long. He's 6'7". The Apex is a smaller cage, so there's less space to work with. He's fighting in the full octagon, so I do believe that's going to be an advantage to him, and I also believe he's gotten better over time. My prediction model has this 35% for Volkov, and the betting line at plus 295 is about a percent implied probability, so we're getting like 8 percentage points of value. That being said, I've also seen some models that I do trust that have this almost 50-50. So whichever way you cut it, I believe there's value, and so 0.7 units on Volkov. See if you can get this W. All right, final summary on our pre-fight betting recap. We have Cody Durden plus 130, going a unit. We got Randy Brown plus 180. We're going 4 units. Biggest bet of the night. Next, we have Vicente Luque at plus 145. We're going 2 units. After that, we have Anthony Smith at plus 295. We're going 0.7 units. And the final bet of the night is Alexander Volkov, 0.7 units at plus 295.